Hello everyone! How we doing today? Good morning, afternoon, evening. I don't know, 3 a.m? 7 p.m? I hope you're all doing amazing. I know it's kind of crazy that I was streaming yesterday and now we're streaming again. But you know what? I'm just in the streaming mood. I think it would be fun. I think it would be a little fun to do some soft reset hunts. I made this stream layout last night, so if it's a little iffy, apologies. I am not... graphic design is my passion. It's not. It's neat though. So yeah, I just made this at like maybe 11 p.m. last night. But yeah, so we're gonna be hunting for the Johto Starters. Ideally, Totodile or Cyndaquil. Not Chikorita. I've gotten Chikorita twice. I don't need any more Chikorita. Did you get the giraffe? So I did not get the jumbo giraffe. Last stream did not have a jumbo. The one that I thought was jumbo was close to that, but not quite there. I've also set up an auto counter for this hunt. And I know I already got 6 encounters in, so it should, there we go. I have it so it automatically adds 3 to it whenever it shows the Pokemon Soul Silver logo. So then I don't have to worry about that. I can just do some soft resets and say hi to everyone and chat and have a good time. I've also got the stream alerts still working, so we're good. And if we ever decide, I don't know, I want to hunt Farigiraf again, then we can switch to that. But for now, I really want to get some encounters in on this because, I mean, I haven't done one of these hunts in ages. I love 8192 hunts. They're so nice. Like, okay, well, it's not nice that it takes forever to find a shiny, but it's really rewarding. Honestly, when it comes to the 3 starters in their shiny forms, I do think Chikorita has the best one. However, Chikorita is not very good for this game specifically, considering that the first 2 gyms are flying and bug type. It's actually the starter that I went with when I first played this game. Is this a real DS? Yes, it is. So I have a 3DS with a capture card installed. I like to do everything on real legitimate hardware. Hence why I'm only hunting with 1 game, not multiple. I do have 3... Okay, so I have 2 copies of Soul Silver and 1 copy of Heart Gold. So, I am able to hunt 3 games at once if I want to, but 2 of them don't have capture cards, so it doesn't really work for me, you know? But yeah, fun stuff. Also, guys, there were some announcements with the World Championships, or specifically with the Pokemon Center. And the more I see these mock-ups of what it's supposed to look like, the more hyped I get. But also, on top of that, I'm just really excited that they have a FedEx kiosk. Because bringing back all the merchandise, all the additional luggage is gonna be a struggle. So I might use that instead. Just give them all my merch and they can mail it to me. That is true. The reservations are really weird right now. Sandwich reveal? Dude, we don't have any sandwiches right now. Are you recording? Thank you for reminding me. Yes, I am. We are good. Imagine if the chat manages to get her up to 400k. I'm gonna guess that's not gonna happen today unless there are like 800 people who are going to subscribe right now. But I would much prefer to have genuine subscribers, not people who I'm like, hey, we're almost here and you're watching the stream right now, subscribe. I don't, you know? Oh no, my 3DS isn't hacked. It has a physical, it has a physical modification that adds a capture card to it. So all the software of the 3DS is as it was before it got a capture card. I got this like a year ago. It's really nice. Are you gonna turn this into a video? I mean, unless something crazy happens during this stream, for instance, a shiny, or if we do happen to hit 400,000 subscribers during the stream, then yeah, sure. Otherwise, I don't know. Is the lucky Autotune gonna come back? I don't know, man. We'll see. Yeah, shout out to Loopy. Absolute legend. I wouldn't have been able to do this hunt on stream the same way without Loopy. They're the one who I threw my 3DS across the country. And by across the country, I mean from one country to another. Did you see the Alolan Raichu outbreak announcement? Yes! I am actually so hyped. I am really hyped about it because I didn't expect that, to be honest. I was reading through all of the outbreaks and whatnot, and I was like, okay, these are cool. But I didn't read fully through all of them. I was like, oh, we got Tatsugiri, we got Pikachu line. I didn't think that they were gonna include Alolan Raichu. So, hype. Oh yeah, and like Ghosty says, the number in the top left is the counter. It doesn't show it right when the starters appear because it is an auto counter. It needs to be able to see something that's there for long enough. Oh, Vandy, hi! How you doing, man? Which starter are you hoping for? So, not Chikorita. I can say that first off because I already have two of them. But, between the two... I like Totodile's shiny more. But Cyndaquil's more fun to use in my opinion. Actually, I can't say that. I've never actually used Totodile in this game. Dude, I wanted to go to GoFest, but I was just like, there's too much going on right now. I can't. But I'm glad you had a great time. And yeah, rest up, man. Because stuff like that is exhausting. I find travel to be really exhausting. It doesn't matter what it is. And Pokemon Go Fest is on a whole other level. I've unfortunately only been able to do the online one. Sucks for me, but maybe next year. Favorite Hisuian starter final evolution? That's a good question. I mean, I used Typhlosion, and I really like that it is... I don't know if it's intentional or not, but I like that it's kind of somewhat a reference to the original shiny for the Cyndaquil line. It used to be purple. Is Chef Catherine coming back? Maybe. I mean, the plush is here. It's just one of those things where first off, I rent and I don't like to be too loud, you know? The people want the Autotune. Why? Are you American? So technically, yes. I am a dual citizen. I consider myself to be mostly Canadian, though. I was born in the States, but like my parents are not American. I lived there for the first like year and a bit of my life. Yo, Absol, thank you. Do I really? Okay, the people are demanding the auto-tune. I need to make sure that it's working. Hold on. I need to make sure that I can actually hear my mic. Why do we do this, guys? Why must we? Why? Is it? Okay. I don't know if it's working. Is it working? I can't tell, man. Okay. I don't know why, but it's not working on my end. I can't really hear it. Do I add reverb? Let's see. Don't forget to subscribe. I cannot hear the auto-tune, like, at all. I can hear the reverb. Oh wait, no, I can totally hear it. I'm going crazy, man. It's hard to tell because, like, I mostly hear my own voice, my actual speaking, not what's through my headphones. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to get a shiny right now. We're not gonna have this on for too long, man. It's so stupid. I just wanted to send a duck. He is called Bob. Bob enjoys eating bread. That's not good for ducks. Don't feed ducks bread. Don't do it, guys. Just a little bit of advice. I don't recall what you should be feeding ducks, but don't feed them bread. It's bad for their health. So dumb. Why are we like this? Why do the people want auto-tune again? Why? Why did the duck have an egg from eating bread? Huh? Oh no, now people are doing the, your voice is so pretty. Guys, I have auto-tune on to like an extreme. Oh no. It do be like that sometimes. Guys, so I have a Pokewalker. I actually have two now, and I started up one of them because one of my save files is further than this part of the game, and I gave it, I put my little Togepi, a level 1 Togepi. It had just hatched from the egg. I put it in the Pokewalker. I nicknamed it Bog Boy. This Togepi, Bog Boy, is my absolute hero. I just thought I would share. I've been waltzing around town with my Pokewalker in hand. Well, not in hand, it's actually in my pocket. And every once in a while, I'll check up on Bog Boy, and he's like, Bog Boy is looking around. And I'm like, cool, wow. We love Bog Boy here. Bog Boy mentioned. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. It has started sounding less like autotune and more like you're trapped in a cave. Do I need to lower the reverb a little bit? Let's just put it here now. It's a little lower. Dude, I'm so hyped for the Pokemon Center. It's like literally a bucket list thing for me, which is so silly because it's just a store. I've never been to a Pokemon Center store. The closest thing I've been to is one of those kiosks that they have or had. I don't know if they still have them in some malls in the States. I saw one and I was like, oh, no way. And so I got a little Pikachu Pokédoll. Heck yeah. Make the Autotune stronger. I wish I could. It's really funny. Though I do need to mess around with it. So let me see. Effects. We go to hard. Oh, guys, it was on medium. It was not on hard. We good now? It's better now. It's a little more. Now I can hear it. Now I can really hear it. Apparently, it just reset the settings at some point. I think I did restart my PC. And it just didn't save that. Okay. We've got the crazy auto-tune now. This is stupid. Oh no, that's... So I promised Twitter I would refrain from yippieing so much because in like the span of maybe an hour and a half of last stream, I yippied like 13 times? Maybe? Roughly? More or less? It's so stupid. And I was going through it because I found this tweet of someone who was like, I want to say yippee. And so I quote tweeted that and I was like, that's me today, apparently. Yippee! Oh, that was stupid. Okay. It is though. It is. Yippieing brings back the energy. It gets you hyped. It's so stupid. Blue's in chat. How did I miss that? Hi, Blue. Practice the yippee for a shiny. Should I be yippieing when I find a shiny? Is this how we have to do it? I don't know if we have to do it, man. The people yearn for the yippee. The people go crazy. Okay, the people are saying yes, we need to yippee when we find a shiny. If we find a shiny. Reminder, it's not guaranteed. No slow mode and it makes you sad. That's shocking. Usually the people would be like, don't you dare turn on slow mode. Also, one second, I'm just quickly checking because I am curious where we're at with like, is it possible that we'll hit 400k on stream? I'm gonna say no. Just being realistic here. We would have to get like another heckin' 700 subscribers in one stream, and that would be insane. And here's the thing, once again, I don't want to pressure people into subscribing. I feel like that's wrong, even though it's beneficial to me, I suppose. We might need slow. Okay, I got you. Slow mode. 45 seconds. Yippee! Is she drowning? Yeah. Yeah. I'm always drowning. Aren't we all? Words to live by. Or to die by? Because I guess we're drowning? Okay. I don't know what we're talking about, man. Help, I am under the water. I love that video so much. guess I didn't tell people to subscribe. Or not to subscribe, to actually like the stream. Yeah, guys, don't forget. Please, thank you. You don't have to. You don't have to. If you despise this stream with a passion, you do not have to like the stream. Catherine is literally just GLaDOS. Dude, I've never played the Portal games. I think I'd suck at it. I don't know about drop that juicy like. This is so stupid. How long do we have to have Autotune on? I don't think we can do this forever. Somehow we've only gained viewers since starting the Autotune. What have we done? What is this? Just got here, and what is her voice? That's what I'm saying, man! I'm gonna turn it off for now. We're gonna give it breaks. I know the people yearn for the Autotune, but we can't do it forever. You gotta sing some Pokemon theme songs. So the thing is with the Autotune, it's not very accurate. So it's gonna sound kind of stupid, but I guess that's kind of the point. I don't really do this in seriousness. I'm not used to the... not even I'm used to my normal voice now. Okay, I can't speak. I'm not used to your normal voice now. That's real, man. Neither am I. What's your favorite shiny legendary? So, my favorite shiny in general is Giratina, so we just won't include that in that answer, but I think I gotta say Cresselia. The purple and blue combo, it gets me. We vibing though. We vibing for real, guys. Also, despite the makeshift website being down for like hours yesterday, we're halfway funded, baby. Halfway to get in another Chef Catherine plush. So I'm heckin' hyped for that. I don't actually know what it's at right now. I know that it's more than 50% there, which is awesome. Oops, I almost pressed A on that. No, I don't want the child. I do not want. Okay. We do be vibing for real. I'm so excited to see another wave of people getting these plushies and making like the weirdest images with it, or like videos. There was one where someone made it like a FNAF jump scare. I need to turn off the... I don't like hearing my voice with the mic unless I have the Autotune on. Not because I don't like my voice. It's more that it's actually slightly delayed, which is making it hard to focus on what I'm saying. So let me... There we go. Yippee! Do you play Roblox? So... First off, I used to be like a Roblox hater. I'm not. I'm not anymore. I have grown as a person. However, I do not play Roblox. It's just not my thing. I'm more of a Minecraft sort of person, though I feel like that's comparing apples to oranges. But you know how it is. You know how it be. After you got your 3 segment, did you have nightmares about them? Thankfully, no. What's the most recent? I had a weird dream the other day. I can't remember. Oh, I know what it was. So, basically, it was a dream about the trip to Worlds. And I forgot my wallet. And I was like, oh. Oh, no, I'm screwed. So, at least that's got me making sure that I know where my wallet is at all times. Because I would cry if I heckin' didn't bring it and wasn't able to go. I would be devastated. So yeah, I suppose that is a nightmare. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you can't be over here. Heck, I'm not even, no, never mind. I'm not gonna acknowledge this because then people are gonna go crazy with it. Do you like Bob from Animal Crossing? That's the purple cat, right? The answer is yes. I'm not like a huge fan of him. I'm more of a Rosie kind of gal. I mean, my Instagram, one of the first, possibly the first username that it had was Rosie_silly. It's not that anymore. I'm sure someone else has taken that username, if that's possible. It's shiny.catherine now, but yeah. Actually, funny thing about that, I got an email a few days ago that was like, you're eligible for congrats for, I need to find this email, but basically it was like, you've been approved for a blue check mark on Instagram. Congratulations, period. And it's like, or no, it was like, congrats on that, dot. And I was like, wow, okay, I see how it is. And it was like very obviously fake. I think the best part is that they sent this email to my business email, and that Instagram account was made like 10 years ago. My business email did not exist. I did not register that account using my business email. What's a blue check mark? So it used to be, it's this little icon with a check mark to just show that you are like a notable person and that you're like the actual person. It's basically to avoid impersonation. Though recently, in recent years, it has changed to just be a symbol of you paid for a free application. It's not like that on YouTube, though YouTube doesn't have blue check marks. They're not blue, I don't think. I think that they're just like gray because YouTube likes to do that sometimes. But like you'll see, my channel has a little check mark to show that it do be me. What's your opinion on Drayton from the Indigo Disc? I think he's pretty neat. I like his hair. Not really the style, but I like the color. Do you own any Pokemon plushies? Dude, I am looking at like 5 of them right now. There are 5 in like the range of my eyes as I'm looking at my screen right now. I've got 2 Sprigatitos, 2 Woopers, and a Ralts. Those are not all my plushies. Those are just the ones that I can see right now. What's your favorite Pokemon spin-off game? Personally, my favorite, and I do like that the Kecleon music is playing right now. Yeah, this is the Kecleon music. Yeah, okay. Just had to verify with my own brain that I was correct in saying that. Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky is actually honestly the reason why I even started playing Pokemon games. Even though it wasn't my first Pokemon game. So, when I was little, I went to the bookstore and there was this one book that was like, what if you were a Pokemon? And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And it was this Pokemon Mystery Dungeon one. And because of that, I found out about Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. Even though that book was more supposed to be tied in with Red and Blue Rescue Team. And my parents didn't let me get that book. I was very sad. And then one time, long story short, I wanted to go to a movie. Well, my family wanted to go to a movie. I didn't want to go to that movie. So my dad was like, okay, let's go get dinner and then we can get that Pokemon book. And then on the way there, he's like, which would you rather get? Which would you rather get, the book or the game? And I was just like, oh! And obviously chose the game. I went to Best Buy, I think, or Future Shop, RIP Future Shop. And basically, they didn't have Explorers of Sky. They only had like 2 Pokemon games. They had Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia, which has really, really cool box art. So many really cool Pokemon on there. Cresselia, which is gorgeous, one of my favorite Pokemon. And Platinum, with this evil worm dude. I chose the evil worm dude. Best decision. I did end up getting Shadows of Almia later on, and I like it, but I am much more... You can't really compare the two. Pokemon Ranger and Pokemon Platinum? Hello? So yeah, for some reason, even though I was very much the kind of person who's like, I like cute Pokemon, Giratina. We love evil worm dude. That is true. You do get verified on YouTube if you have 100,000 subs. I believe that I had to apply after that. I don't recall what the process was. I may have gotten it automatically. Can't recall. It's been a hot minute. Even though that was a year ago. A little more than a year ago, but crazy. The channel has grown so much. I saw someone in the comments of one of my posts the other day who was like, I swear you were at like 100K a month ago. Which, no, but it really does feel like that. Everything's going by so quickly, and it's kind of hard to keep up. Hence, I'm gonna be so real with you guys. The reason why I'm streaming a whole lot right now is because I was feeling a lot of burnout from keeping up with the consistent uploading a video every other Sunday. It's exhausting. I was staying up until like 3 a.m. editing. As late as like the night before the upload day. So I needed to take a little break from that, but I really wanted to do some shiny hunting and connect with the community. And so I felt like I can just replace videos with streams for a bit. Give myself some time. So yeah. I just want to be a little bit cautious with things because I don't want to hit a wall too hard. Because I definitely hit a wall with, after the previous video, I was just like, I can't brain, I can't think, I can't do anything. How's the manaphy hunt going? I don't even know, man. I haven't done it in ages because, so, I did manage to get multiple ranger games. And I did manage to get multiple manaphy eggs. Which is very nice. However, I messed up at some point and one of the eggs is 1 egg cycle away from hatching. And long story short, that means that when you're starting new saves and you're trading back and forth, there is a chance that you will have done just enough steps on the game that you're about to trade the eggs to, that once those eggs are received, you'll take 1 step and the egg will hatch. And the problem is, it takes 1 step to get back into the union room and do another trade. So then, also then you have to change the time to like 24 hours before a specific day of the year that for some reason the amount of steps that it takes to hatch an egg is reduced. It's this whole mess. It's kind of ridiculous. So I had to change the date to a certain day, and then I had to wait 24 hours because there is a 24-hour penalty for changing the time in those games. So basically, every time that I continue hunting for it, there is the slight chance that I will have taken just enough steps that I will have to wait another 24 hours to continue the hunt. And that's kinda... the motivation there is kinda... nah. So... it's a struggle. It's a struggle. What voice changer do you use? I have bad news, guys, because the thing that I use for the auto-tune is expensive, baby. I have a Go XLR. It cost me like $500. Did YouTube just comment? Well, I mean, that wasn't YouTube, but I'd love to believe it. I'd love to believe the official YouTube channel is commenting, asking what I use for Autotune. Yeah, so it is built into the Go XLR. It has a few different voice effects that you can mess around with. It is on YouTube. Favorite legendary trio? This is a really good question. That's really difficult. That's really difficult. Oh, heck. Well, here's the thing. Giratina is part of a trio, so it counts. I'm not gonna go with that. Gotta choose something else. I gotta choose something else for real. Skyfish! Hello, hello. And to answer your question, just anything but Chikorita. I think Totodile has a really nice shiny. I think Cyndaquil is really fun to use. So, when it comes to the shiny itself, I guess Totodile. Yeah, I really like the creation trio. When it comes to like the not main like box art legendaries, the Lake Trio. I really like the Lake Trio. Gen 4 just has a lot of really good legendaries. Shiny, where are you? See, the tough thing with that is that sometimes people call me Shiny, and I don't know whether you're talking about the shinies in the game or if you're talking to me. I don't know where the shinies are, man. I want them. But again, we're only at like 282 encounters. Well, as soon as we actually run into these Pokemon. Shiny, do you exist? Again, good question in both ways. Have you heard about the shiny outbreak news coming up? Yes, and I am hyped. But honestly, I'm more so hyped for the chance at getting shiny Gimmighoul again. Fingers crossed I can get my very first raid shiny on my own. Do you exist? Okay, to answer that, no. I'm not real. I'm not gonna be at Worlds or anything. Don't worry about it. So, I'm for sure gonna be hunting for a Gimme Ghoul raid with the shiny form. Because I kinda want it, kinda need it, I think. No, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so I did get 2 shiny Gimme Ghoul last time because of other... Sorry, my brain is just so empty right now. Because of other raids online. Heck yeah, Sauce is in chat. I will bring them home. I'm gonna get all of the starters. We already have Chikorita, we just need the other 2. Or if we want to include one of my siblings, somehow we swapped games. So I originally had Heart Gold and they had Soul Silver. And somehow they had my Heart Gold and they erased the save file. It's fine though because none of my shinies were on there. It's cool. They erased the save file and started hunting for a shiny starter. And they were like, you can have my Soul Silver. I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just hyped that you're actually shiny hunting because like they've never shiny hunted before, and for some reason they went for an 8192 hunt as their very first hunt. And then they got shiny Cyndaquil faster than we've gotten into this hunt. We're already at 303 encounters. That's crazy. Yeah, thank you, Ghost. I'm not going to talk about face reveals anymore, guys. It's kind of tiring to see that question all the time when I've answered it multiple times that one, I have shown my face. And 2, I don't want that to be hyped up. Just because I'm gonna be at an in-person event does not mean that we need to be talking about my, like, physical appearance. I am just a shiny hunter, baby. I am just on the internet. But yeah, so, my sibling got shiny Cyndaquil in, like, they said maybe 200 encounters. Also, it's modest nature. Somehow. Like, that's the craziest thing to me, is the fact that not only did they get a shiny, they got, like, an actually good, like, they got a good nature on it. They got, like, the best nature for Cyndaquil. Like, dude, I was trying to, on my other game that I set up, I was just trying to get a Cyndaquil with the modest nature. Just that. It took me 40 minutes to get a modest nature Cyndaquil. So, because they already got it, and thankfully this answers your question, Raptorade, I want Totodile the most. It has a nicer shiny, and technically, because I ended up getting my game back, I have that shiny Cyndaquil. It's now a Quilava, but yeah. Let's see. Dude, I am like so hyped and also kind of dreading Worlds because dude, I'm not used to the heat. My area is under a severe heat warning right now, and it's currently not that. Oh wait, it is toasty. It is toasty out. I didn't know. Thankfully, my living space is in the shade, so it doesn't get a lot of that heat. But it's like 29 degrees Celsius right now. It's gonna get higher than that, but not a fan. My favorite temperature is like 17 degrees Celsius. Oh, and what is Worlds? It's the Pokemon World Championships. A lot of people will shorten it down to Worlds. I realized that there are probably a lot of Pokemon fans who actually don't know about Worlds that much. Where I am, it's raining. I wish it was right now, man. Dude, I will say, okay, Hydrapple is so cool. Just the new line, the new Applin line that they added, the shinies are so good. They're so good. Any luck yet? No. Here's the thing, guys. The odds of finding a shiny here are 1 in 8,192. Thankfully, the one thing, if you have these games, I highly recommend, if you have never done an 8192 hunt, which is basically just full on shiny hunting in a game before the 3DS games, I highly recommend starting out with this. Because this is... Heart Gold and Soul Silver are the only games where you can encounter all 3 of them. You don't have to pick the starter to see if it's a shiny. You can see it before you choose. So that means that any of these starters could be shiny instead of other games where you are going for a specific target, you're gonna get that specific target. Or in some situations, an uncatchable Poochyena or Starlight. How many of you have got those uncatchable shinies? I know it's kind of niche. Full odds hunts are a lot more niche than Scarlet and Violet hunts, but there are quite a few situations where you can get an uncatchable shiny Poochyena or uncatchable shiny Starly. They have it in Ruby, Sapphire. Does Emerald have Poochyena? I've never played Emerald. I think it's Zigzagoon in that game. I have played Emerald. I'm going crazy. I started playing it recently. But not that recently, so I forgot. I forgot. Yeah. I don't know if the Zigzagoon can be shiny. I think it can. And then in Diamond and Pearl, there's uncatchable Starly. And in the Diamond and Pearl remakes, there's uncatchable Starly. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire do not have uncatchable Poochyena. So thank goodness for that. Or they don't have shiny uncatchable Poochyena. That uncatchable one is shiny locked. So there are circumstances where shiny locks are kind of good. But at the same time, I feel like finding an uncatchable shiny is a rite of passage. I had the Wally shiny in Sapphire. That's crazy. You know, one of my favorite things, I didn't get to participate in this this year. Unfortunately, I think it's an annual thing. I'm pretty new to the shiny hunting community. I have been shiny hunting for over a decade now, but I'm new to the community aspect of it. And there are a lot of community events, and they're really cool. So, one of those is Uncatchable Week, where you are intentionally hunting for a shiny that you can't catch. There are some really, really cool ones. There's the shinies with the Teachy TV in Fire Red and Leaf Green. There's the shiny Minccino and Cinccino in Pokemon Black and White and Black and White 2. which is before you even, like, it is at the intro of the game. You know how they'll be like, welcome to the world of Pokemon. Here is what a Pokemon is. And then they throw out a Pokemon. Gen 5, that Pokemon that they throw out is not shiny locked. So that's the weirdest one to me. Though there are some other ones that are like kind of a gray area on do we count it for Uncatchable Week? For instance, the demos for Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Apparently, the partner Pikachu or partner Eevee can be shiny. They don't have a shiny form. They will have the same color palette, but they will sparkle in battle, and they have the little red star icon when you go to their summary. So that's really cool to see. So there's a lot of really weird uncatchable shinies. Yeah, they can only be shiny in the demo. They are shiny locked in the final thing, which makes sense. It's unfortunate, but it makes sense. I'm pretty sure that the first shiny partner Pikachu or Eevee to be found, I believe it was an Eevee, and it was at a Best Buy. It was in a Best Buy kiosk. Or like a kiosk in a Best Buy. You know what I mean. Also, one really cool thing, and I would love to try this at Worlds. We'll see what happens. But I'm sure that Matt, aka AbsolBlogs Pokemon, is going to do this. So he went to internationals, and they had a bunch of little, I guess it's a kiosk, where you could play Scarlet and Violet. And so he wanted to get a shiny from one of those kiosks. And he did. And it turns out that you can actually trade with those kiosks. So he was able to keep the shiny. So I want to get a kiosk shiny, man. It's got the same rarity as like any other shiny in Scarlet and Violet, but that's really cool. Because you're just supposed to be there to play like essentially a demo of the game, but it is like a full game. Shiny hunters are crazy. There are absolutely like crazy things. I don't recall what the kiosk trainer name was. I'll have to find that tweet again. But yeah. Would you be happy with Pokemon being real? 100%. 100% maybe. Actually, there are so many different aspects to it that you have to think about, that you have to consider. Like that there are bad people out there. And yes, Squawkabilly Hunt. Rooftop Squawkabilly, I still need to do that actually. I hope I didn't update, I'm pretty sure that... Pretty dang sure that I will... I should have a game that's still on 1.0.0, so I can still hunt for Rooftop Squawkabilly. I think that's another case of they shiny locked it in a later update, because it could end up being an uncatchable shiny. Because it does appear like right when you get out of the house before you even have your first Pokemon. So, you know, it's just like that. So like, I can understand why they would shiny lock it. It makes me sad though. But I can still get it. I'll just have to, I'll stay on 1.0.0 until I find a shiny, and then I'll update the game. Because I think that's the only shiny locked Pokemon of note that is worth keeping the game on that version for. And yes, so you can catch them once you get Pokeballs, but if one shows up right when you start the game, how are you supposed to catch it? You don't have any Pokemon. You can't start a battle. They do like shiny locking random birds. It was really funny. I actually love that one bit in my shaman video. I believe it was the shaman video. I was talking about the shiny locks and how for some reason they shiny locked random birds. Because I was only going to talk about the Corvisquire in Sword and Shield and the Squawkabilly in Scarlet and Violet, but it turns out that there are more than that. There's a shiny locked Wingull and a shiny locked Fletchling, all in Scarlet and Violet. There are a lot of shiny locked Pokemon in that first beginning part, which is understandable. You don't want to fail a shiny just because you started the game and haven't gotten your starter yet. So like, I understand where these are coming from. Thank you and welcome to the stream. Favorite member of the Lake Trio is Azelf. I still have to hunt for a shiny Uxie. I just realized. I have a shiny... You know what would be really cool, actually? So, the two shinies that I have from the Lake Trio so far, Azelf and Mesprit, I caught them in 2 different games. Like, 2 different generations. I got Mesprit in like maybe a day of soft resetting, maybe 3, in Alpha Sapphire. And then I got Azelf in Dynamax Adventures. It went pretty over odds. I can't recall how much, but it was over odds. So I think it would be cool to shiny hunt for Uxie in Pokemon Platinum. Do you have a pet? I am not allowed to have pets where I'm living, which really sucks. It is what it is. My family, though, they have 2 dogs, and they're so cute, and I love them with all my heart. I visit them all the time. I love dogs. They're so precious. I hate to say this. Why are you living there? Life is expensive. Rent is really expensive. I don't really have options here. I can't afford to have a pet right now anyways. It's a lot of responsibility. And also, it's really expensive. So I'm definitely more of a dog person, though cats are really nice too. Get like a fish. Maybe. I just don't want to risk like something happening and the bowl falling over and wrecking the carpet and then I get in trouble for that. You know, I'm just very cautious. I'm not gonna look into getting any pets until like long after I've moved away. Like maybe, dude, I want to get a house at some point. So eventually I want to move and I want to have my own home, and then once I've settled in enough, then I will consider getting a pet. What's your favorite dog Pokemon? I guess Zorua is a fox, so I'm not gonna go with Zorua. Fido is really cute. However, I think I gotta go with Rockruff. I really like Rockruff. I also love that its shiny is blue. I don't know how to feel about Yamper. So I really like Yamper. We're actually, I feel like I kind of have the opposite opinion of what most people have when it comes to the Yamper line. People love Yamper and they hate Boltund because it just doesn't make sense. Why did it evolve into that? But I actually prefer Boltund. But I do think that that line is really weird. But to be fair, they do this a lot. They will have a Pokemon that's like, oh, it's this type of bird. And then it evolves and it's an entirely different type of bird. Looking at you, Picky Peck. How did you turn into a toucan? How did it go? From like a woodpecker to a toucan. I love it though. I love that line. I love the shiny for Toucannon. It's really cool. Growlithe is iconic. I love Growlithe. So the interesting thing about Remoraid is that, yeah, I will say its evolution line, just what? Pardon? But it does make sense to an extent. It's just not clear as to why. So the theming, Remoraid is supposed to be like a revolver. Okay, hold on. Someone off. Okay, we're back. Unexpected meetup with the landlord. We're just sorting out internet stuff. I'm very confused. I'm very confused because we're supposed to be setting up internet stuff in like a few weeks from now. And someone from like the internet provider company just showed up today. I was like, we need you to move the car. And I'm like, that's not my car. So we do be there. We do be like that. Wait, what do you mean toucans are a species of woodpecker? Oh no, the counter! What was it at, guys? Can someone give me, like... Anyone know what it was at before? It does that because it's, like, it's supposed to track a specific logo. 309 sounds... let me just stop the recording and find out. Cause that's kind of a problem. What was it? Okay, it was like 450. Wait, 441? Okay, let's put it at 441. That's what the vast majority is saying. I will fix that. Though it should actually, it's gonna be at 444 because we did add one properly. There we go. Should be, oh no, I didn't save it. Okay, one second. Sorry, this is so scuffed. That whole thing threw me off. Okay, we have not found it yet. I hope you guys weren't panicking too much that I was AFK for like a minute. I love that it totally messed up the counter though. Is the math mathing here? Yeah, the math is mathing. So this is correct. Because I was gonna say, wait, is this a multiple of 3? It is. It is. We're good. The world ended. Okay, that comment is really funny because I have some history with these games and my knowledge of Pokemon. Did you realize that you're shiny hunting the game that started shinies? So this isn't, but I know what you mean. So these are the remakes of the Gen 2 games. When I was a kid, I had no idea about Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. I thought that Heart Gold and Soul Silver were the first. I actually thought that Fire Red and Leaf Green were the first Pokemon games ever. And then at one point, one of my friends in elementary school, we got to school and they were like, hey, I have Pokemon Gold. And I was like, awesome, we can play together. No, they had Pokemon Gold. I had Pokemon Heart Gold. And I was like, what? What is that game? And they're like, Pokemon Gold. It's just wild. I did think Johto was completely new to me. I was not like I had very, very limited internet access. Hence why I failed a shiny Dustox despite actually catching it. I caught it! I even saw that it had the red star marking. I never saw the sparkles from when this first happened. Like when it first appeared, the shiny 1% Dustox, the rarest shiny I've ever gotten. I did catch it, but I left it in the boxes forever. I only caught it because I had never seen one before, and so I was like, it's probably rare. It's ugly though. That was my thought process. Can we check the nature if we get a shiny? Absolutely. Oh, congrats on the Combi. Dude, I don't want to do those sort of hunts. I don't want to do the tree hunts. I hate them with a passion, but I feel like I should do them at some point. I don't like the prep. But yeah, I saw that this Dustox, I went to the summary and I saw the red star marking, and this was at a time when I was using the... Oh, I'm not recording. Let me start the recording again. This was at a time when I was using the marks, like the markings that you can give your Pokemon to like mark, oh, this one has a star because it's my favorite. You know? And so I was like, what the heck, man? Counter is broken. No. Just watch. So it's supposed to go up by 3 based on it seeing the logo. Let's go. I have an auto counter on so that I don't have to manually do it because I don't trust myself to remember to do it. I do actually have an automatic counter. I do have an auto counter with me. Why is the number 236? What game was that from? I'm just gonna reset it. I know that it's not from my Dustox hunt because I am at over 1,000 encounters on that. I definitely took notes somewhere. I need to find my note for that when I continue the hunt, but I have this little, you know, I have this little tally counter. It's got a nice click to it, and it makes me happy. Did we find anything? Nope. So that's the thing with this hunt. Most likely, we could go this entire stream. We could go this whole stream without a shiny. Just because that's how this game works. And that's okay. Because the thing is, it's really nice because it turns... Basically, shiny hunting streams are just chatting streams with an extra little spice to it. There's the potential that a shiny will appear and then we will all scream. The counter was at 510. I don't know if that's the case. We're just gonna say that it's not. Just because now it's gonna be too confusing to figure out what the actual number is. We'll leave it at this. Isn't Heart Gold and Soul Silver really hard to find shinies in? So it depends on, I feel like that's kind of subjective. So Heart Gold and Soul Silver have, I believe, only one shiny hunting method that increases the odds. And that shiny hunting method is the Masuda method, which nowadays you can't really do unless you have multiple Pokemon games and one of them is from a different region, you know? So it basically most hunts are going to be full odds. So 1 in 8,192. So if that's difficult, then yeah, this is one of the more difficult ones to get shinies in. But then we could say the same about like every single Pokemon game from gens 1 to 5. Imagine you got all 3 together. If that happened, I think I would lose my mind because people wouldn't believe me because that's like statistically impossible. It's that uncommon. Like, feel free to do the math. 8192 times 8192 times 8192. That's a lot. That's a lot. How are the resets feeling? We in a good rhythm? I mean, kind of got thrown off when I had to talk to my landlord, but aside from that, I love doing these hunts. I've already done this hunt before, like 10 years ago, which is kind of wild to think about. The last time that I did a Soul Silver starter hunt was like 2014, maybe 2013. I think 2014. Yeah, 1 in 549 billion odds. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Who's the sauce person with a check mark? Really neat guy. I'd call the FBI on you if you caught all 3. Ah, valid. Sorry, my brain just go crazy right now. Oh no, not Skyfish Jack and Blue Vector. Oh no, the gang's all here. Now we're in real danger. Do you do competitive Pokemon VGC? I would like to. I just haven't had the time to get into it. And to be honest, I really need to study up the basics because, dude, I don't even know, like, all the natures. I don't know the stats that they boost or buff. Or debuff, my bad. Nerf, I suppose. Come on, Chikorita! Why Chikorita? Why? We need competitive shiny hunting. I really think we do, even though it's very much based on luck. There is some strategy to it. It depends. VGC is very intimidating. It's just Fluttermane. No, no. Dude, there was someone at internationals. I was watching the stream for most of this. There was someone at internationals with an Electabuzz on the team, and I thought that was crazy. Because you don't usually see Electabuzz in here. That is true. You don't need to know the nature by heart, necessarily. I just think it would be beneficial. I just think that if I can't memorize those, then how am I supposed to be able to have the knowledge, the capacity to learn all of this stuff? You know? It's really cool, and I'm so hyped to... It's crazy to me that I'm actually going to Worlds, because I've wanted to go for like 10 years. Over 10 years. I've wanted to go since I was like 11. I'm gonna have like the time of my heckin' life, man. I have really bad anxiety and I don't want that to mess with things, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure it doesn't. Because this is like a crazy opportunity. What's your favorite video that you've posted? I really liked the Shaman one. I know it's kind of a weird one compared to my other ones, but it's just because Shaman means a lot to me. But also, even though I've got beef with the Dunsparce, I'm really proud of that video. Can somebody give me a yippee? That was a different yippee than usual. I don't know how to feel. Yeah, that Shaman took 10 years straight of hunting according to all of these websites. Ah, man, I hope it doesn't take that long to find a shiny. What do you think about Legends ZA? You know, I'm really crossing my fingers that they announce more. They give us more information about it at Worlds. I mean, of all the places that they could announce it, it would totally be Worlds, right? Fingers crossed. But from what I know so far, which is virtually nothing, I am hyped. It's a Legends game. I love those games. There's only been one. But it was really good. Favorite Hisuian Pokemon. So, for me, considering that my favorite Pokemon is Hisuian Zorua at the moment, it kind of got your answer. Though I really like Hisuian Sneasel. I like its design. I don't like Sneasler, though. I also don't like Hisuian Sneasel shiny. That color palette is kind of, you know? Just my opinion, though. It's not horrendous, it's just not my sort of thing. Favorite Pokemon game soundtrack? Well, I'm gonna answer this two ways. Spin-off game? Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. I used to, like... I had the jukebox in Explorers of Sky, and I would just listen to some of those pieces of music on repeat on the way to school. It was really nice, actually. I kind of forgot about that. And then, mainline game. I mean, there are some banger pieces of music in Scarlet and Violet. I'll be real with you. That's actually a really difficult question. I think I have to stick with Scarlet and Violet. But the Gen 4 music is absolutely banging. When will you end stream? So, because it is toasty out, 30 degrees Celsius right now, and it's only supposed to get warmer, I should not be streaming for too long. So probably until 2 p.m. Pacific time, so like 45 minutes-ish. A little less than that. Possibly more, depends on the vibes. Dude, if I had set up my 3 games, we would be like over 1,500 encounters in, man. That's really cool. Also, you know what's really interesting? So, just because I saw that comment, why did I say get? Gen 1 favorite shiny. First off, probably Eevee. Second, it's really interesting to me that technically you can get shinies in Gen 1, they just won't be shiny in Gen 1. Shininess was based on stats for the first 2 generations. Possibly 3, but I don't think 3. I'm not totally sure. Gen 3 is not my strong suit. If you could have any accessory from the Pokemon games, what would it be and why would it be Penny's Eevee backpack? I actually have Penny's Eevee backpack in real life and I'm really hyped about that. And yeah, 100%. Though also, one thing that would be really nice to see, people were talking about this a bit when I was posting a lot about Vivian. It's really fun doing that little picture trick with having a Vivian behind you and it's like you've got Vivian wings. I want to see that in Pokemon Go. I think if there's any game that's gonna do that, it's Pokemon Go. Because there's a lot of different pieces of clothing in Pokemon Go that, like, the mainline games, they would never. Got a shiny Chikorita last year on Heart Gold. Congrats! Dude, when it comes to clothes, I have to disagree with you. They make so many pieces of clothes in Pokemon Go. They have fun with it. There are other times where I have my gripes with Pokemon Go, but dude, there are some things in there that I find pretty based. Pretty neat. The Bidoof hat is awesome. There's also the Shaman hat. I got the Shaman hat. It's really cute. Though, when they updated things, they updated the character models, which, just, I think it would be good. It could have been good. It's just great concept, poor execution. So I hope they make things a little better and more, give the characters more character. But, unfortunately, it did result in, when I wear the Shaman hat, my character has a little hole in the side of its head. I'm sure that's changed by now. I haven't actually looked closely at my character model recently. But yeah, they did update the character models. It was supposed to be so that you have more character customization. Unfortunately, it just, it didn't really work out too well. See, I had to put the Flipnote Frog little jingle. It makes me so happy. I talked about this last stream, but I used to be a major user of Flipnote Studio and Flipnote Hatena. One of my childhood friends was actually one of the more popular Flipnoters on there. I don't know if I should name names right now, but either way, like my cringy Evolution OC that I made as a kid was in a few of their flip notes, and that was really cool. I there's even an archive now for all the flip notes on Flipnote Hatena. Well, almost all of them, because I did not understand internet safety as a kid, and there were some things about, like, stuff that I was posting that I was like, dude, I was literally doxing myself. So, that has been wiped from the internet. My flip notes, publicly are lost media. However, I still have them. So, you know. Swap Note was weird because I remember people were saying that, oh, this is the replacement for Flip Note Studio. It was not even close. I miss Swap Note. It was silly. Are you playing Go Fest Global? It's this weekend? Wait, okay. Is it not too late for me to buy a ticket for it? I forgot. Life has been busy, man. Okay, it's not too late. Okay. Well then, I will look into it. I might do that. I won't be doing it on stream. I will say, one thing that's really difficult with... I did put my friend code for Pokemon Go on my Twitter at one point. My friend list is full now. I realized an issue with this. I can receive gifts from people, but I cannot give gifts to people unless I'm traveling around the world. The gifts that I have are just going to drop my location. So I don't really want to do that. Though the gifts that I have sent to people are far away enough that you would have no idea where I live. But the thing is, I'm running out of gifts that are like that. Honestly, I don't really do the... I know that the Ultra Beast raids are going on. I don't really need to do that. I'm not really a big fan of those raids. I think we get popular enough and then we petition for competitive shiny hunting for next year at Worlds. That would be awesome. I'm a pessimist and a realist. And I'm gonna be real with you. Because it's such a luck-based thing, I just don't think it's ever gonna happen. I want it to happen. I really do. I would love to do a competition like that. But I don't think there would ever be an official one. But I would love to make something huge like that. I don't know if I have the confidence to do that. I have anxiety, man. But it would be really cool. So I do have gripes with the way that raids work in Pokemon Go. Just because if you were to find a shiny and it has a low catch rate, you beat the raid, you get a shiny. It has a crazy low catch rate, it's like a legendary or something. And then you run out of Pokeballs because you can only use those Premier Balls. That really sucks. I don't like that. So I do have my gripes with that. I do think that there should be some changes with that. Oh wait, the legendaries are 100%? Oh, sick. Okay, this isn't a problem then. This is a non-issue. Dude, there are no people in my area to do these raids. I haven't been able to do a legendary raid. Has it always been like that? I could have sworn I saw someone complaining about this not too long ago. Dude, this is news to me. I've only ever gotten one shiny in a raid. It was a Shinx a couple years ago. Because I don't do raids on Pokemon Go. I used to do them a lot, Back when I was in school, because there was like a group of kids who would all go do the raids together, and I would just hop on along with them. That is one thing I would really like. I really got to get some remote raid passes, but I know that they changed them quite a while back, and it's been basically haunting Niantic for years that they rolled back something that made Pokemon Go a lot more accessible. That's the problem. That's the big problem. I get a lot of invitations as well to join people's raids, and I would love to join them. I don't have remote raid passes. It's just raids are not very accessible, so that really sucks. And that is true as well. I can't invite people online. That's basically revealing where I am. I can basically only join. I can only join raids, and I can only receive gifts. I am such... That's so... That feels deadbeat, you know? You know what I mean? I'm just like relying on everyone else to like invite me to these things and give me stuff. Slow mode, what did I do? It wasn't you. Slow mode is for everyone, man. You're just not supposed to... You're not supposed to type too much, because otherwise we get a lot of spam. That's the thing. It does sound like mooching. It's literally... I can't do anything about it. It's I don't want to dox myself. Once I... This is gonna be really nice when I go to Worlds, though. I'm gonna make sure I get as many gifts as possible, or like as many postcards and gifts that I can give to people as possible, because it's so far from where I am. Canada is nowhere near Hawaii. Dude, I'm gonna be so real with you. That is such a, it's a sappy question, and it's a sappy answer to what is your dream that came true. And I'm gonna be so real with you guys. Worlds. Of all the things that like I always wanted to go as a kid, it was at the point where I didn't have much access to the internet, so I didn't have a lot of knowledge about Worlds, the Pokemon World Championships. And so I thought that I would have to compete in order to go in the first place. And then I found out about the fact that there are spectator badges, but the year that I found out was the year when there were too many people, so they only let competitors and like their friends and family go there. It's a huge thing. And dude, when I found out that I was I do have to make this disclaimer. Thank you to the Pokemon Company for inviting me to the Pokemon World Championships, covering my flight and my stay there in Honolulu, Hawaii. It's crazy. I have not processed it. There have been so many times since I got the invite that I have just like been like, I'm gonna go hide in my room, and I go in my room, I close the door, and I just get really heckin' emotional. Because it's a really big deal to me. I know that I don't really do competitive, but this is like the biggest Pokemon event. And the thing is, I have wanted to go for a long time, and I have tried to make it happen, but I mean, we know what happened in 2020. Then there was the whole spectator thing where they didn't have spectators aside from people associated with the competitors. And then additionally, last year it was in Japan. That's really far, and I was also in the process of moving out from my family's place. So that was a lot. So I just wasn't able to make that happen. Expenses were expensing, you know? Life is crazy right now. I will 100% be doing a video about my experience there. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. Have you ever thought about doing a Ribbon Master? Yes, but I dread the idea of doing it. I love the result. I don't love the process. I think it would be really cool to do though. I want to do it on a Wooper, but that seems really challenging. But you know, I'm up to challenges. It's just, am I up to this one? I don't know, man. Yeah, I just haven't found the time to be able to even start with VGC. One of my goals is to get a Master Ball rank Wooper. So I probably wouldn't be using it on the team. Like, it would be on my team, but I would never actually use it in battle for ranked, but you never know. Yeah, I'm so hyped for the Alolan Raichu outbreaks. I'm gonna be real with you, I would not care about those, the Pikachu line outbreaks if they didn't have Alolan Raichu. It's really cool that they're doing that. You know what they might do at this rate? Considering that they've put in like Hisuian Voltorb? Unless I've missed something and I've been totally out of the loop. They haven't done a Hisuian Zorua one yet, right? But they could. It's entirely possible. Tiny shiny Zorua? I think it would be cool. Do you like Ultra Beasts? Yeah. They're just weird. I really like Poipole. I like its design. It's a little more Pokemon-like compared to the others. Blacephalon is really cool as well. Generally speaking, never really care too much about Ultra Beasts. They're just a thing. The one thing with Poipole, though, is that shiny hunting for it, it's always gonna be full odds. I think. I'm pretty sure that the shiny charm does not affect Poipole. And that means I'm gonna have to hunt for it. Full odds. And that's, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, it's no big deal. I just remember hunting for it when the games first came out and giving up because I was just like, this sucks. But I would need to get 2 of them for my living dex. I gotta do that at some point. See, I like the thought, but here's the thing. Wolf doesn't know me. We're just strangers. So, and I don't have as big a platform as Jaden Animations. I know I may sometimes seem like I'm in the big leagues. And I do think that where we are right now is absolutely insane. It's crazy that we've gotten here. But I am not on the same level as all these other YouTubers. They're incredibly talented. They've got quite the following. So I quite frankly don't see myself getting to that point, at least not anytime soon. I sure will try. But I don't want to try too hard because I like to keep it real. What are your opinions on Team Star? I do think it's kind of funny that it's basically just a team made up of a bunch of kids who are I don't know. I just think about the one character who's just kind of spoiled. Ortega, I believe. Is it Ortega? Fairy type 1, you know what I'm talking about. I definitely prefer Team Star over Team Yell. I do agree with that, actually. Though I do like Marnie, but was she really part of Team Star? No, or not Team Star. Team Yell. No, Team Yell was just a bunch of fans. That is true, yeah. Team Star is definitely, it gives off major found family vibes. It just has a lot more, this team has a lot more personality. Dude, my shiny luck. Hey, we are so under odds right now. 708 encounters is nothing. Yeah, Team Yell was just kind of there. I'm more of a Team Skull fan. Both, the mainline and Mystery Dungeon. I think it's pretty neat that we have 2 official Team Skulls. Yeah, we're almost at 400k. It's crazy. We're actually, like 6 people away from 399,400. Which is kind of wild. Things have been zooming. I will say, when it comes to how things have been nowadays, the channel has kind of slowed down like a lot, which, I mean, that's kind of my bad because I haven't been uploading a lot. I really did hit a wall. Burnout is Burnout, and I just don't want to overdo it to the point where like it gets really, really bad. $400k on stream? I don't think so. I was hoping to stream like most of this week. I can't on Friday. I will say that I cannot on Friday. And here's the thing. Now I don't know if I'm gonna stream tomorrow because if this internet provider is just gonna show up unannounced. I don't know, man. Here, 1 second. Honestly, I don't have any thoughts on Homelander. I've never watched it. I know like nothing about it. I'm gonna be so real with you. I just don't watch TV. I don't like, the only streaming stuff that I use is like, I mean, YouTube. I watch YouTube. Sometimes I watch people's Twitch streams. It's mainly that sort of stuff, not actual full-on productions. Why do we only see Chikorita's leap? I just wanted to have fun with it. I don't know, man. I made this layout like at 11 p.m. last night because I was like, oh, if I'm gonna be playing a DS game, I'm gonna need a layout for it. And honestly, it's kind of a good thing that we haven't found a shiny yet, because if we found one really quickly, this game relies on the touchscreen a lot, and I don't have the touchscreen on here. I would, like, I didn't take the touchscreen into account when making this layout. I can put the touchscreen up, but, you know, it's just not gonna look as neat. It do be like that. Good news, y'all. 399.4k. Also, 134 Chef Catherines have been purchased. We need 200 in order for it to be funded. Fingers crossed we can make that happen. I don't want to get my hopes up. The momentum, like, hit a wall because the website was down yesterday. Which starter do you think is most underrated? Chikorita! I'm gonna be real with you. Heckin' Chikorita! I know, okay. When it comes to using it in battle, understandable. I understand. But it has such a good design. It has such a good design. And look at Bayleaf. Bayleaf is by far one of the best middle stage evolutions we have ever seen in these entire games. You cannot convince me otherwise. I'm very passionate about this. Like, the Chikorita hate is so bad. And to be fair, I kind of hopped on that bandwagon. Like, I had a phase of hopping on that bandwagon and hating on Chikorita as well. But that's because I may or may not have failed a shiny Cyndaquil because of it. But it's a very vague memory, so I can't guarantee that it actually happened. I think it happened. I do not have solid 100% proof. But the first time that I ever played Pokemon Heart Gold, and again, I did not know about Gen 2. My first Pokemon game was Platinum, and, well, the first Pokemon game that I played was Fire Red, and I played it only a little bit. And I did not have much access to the internet. I did not know about Gen 2 Pokemon unless they were in Pokemon Platinum, and I had seen them in Pokemon Platinum. I didn't know that Cyndaquil is supposed to be this, like, teal color. And I could have sworn it was brown. I could have sworn it was this orangey brown color. I went for Chikorita, because I thought Cyndaquil was ugly. And I am so sorry, Cyndaquil. I am a changed person. I think Cyndaquil is adorable. In fact, out of the 3 starters, for Legends Arceus, that's the one that I chose. It's my favorite out of the 3. Oshawott, Rowlet, Cyndaquil. Gotta go with Cyndaquil. We don't know what time period Legends ZA is. It's really hard to say with the information that we have. It could be in the past, it could be in the future. We don't know. Made you a meatloaf set for VGC. Where can I show it to you? If you have Twitter, then that's very helpful. If not, maybe comment it on my most recent community post. And I will look for it. Might be in the past future. Oh, so true. So true. Yeah, it's really hard to say if it's they're building Lumiose or if they're upgrading, like fully renovating Lumiose. So it could be the future, it could be the past. I have no idea, and I can't really make an educated guess on that, to be honest. And there is also the theory that it could be both. I don't know what to believe. I don't know. We don't have a solid answer yet. It is actually pretty funny that Legends Arceus, isn't it technically an isekai? I don't recall the exact requirements for it to be considered an isekai. Also, apologies if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I may be stupid. That is the craziest. I have never heard anyone say anything about Fantina for these games, but I would love to see that. But you know what? You know what I would like to see? I've been thinking this for a while, and it's like totally just for the bit, and they would never do this. But just turn Volo, I don't know pronunciations. Bring him back. make him the villain for this game as well, just for no reason. I think it would be funny if it's just the new Team Rocket. They just keep showing up. Just shows up, he just pretends to be like a taxi driver or something. He's just your average taxi driver in the Pokemon equivalent of Paris. I think it would be hilarious as a bit. I think it would be awesome. I don't know. I just think it would be really funny. Honestly, I surprisingly didn't have much trouble with the Volo battle. To be fair, all my Pokemon were like already at level 100 for the most part, close to it at least. Yeah, don't bring back Lysander. What's with... Okay, but it's crazy that there are characters with crazier hair than Lysander. Have we forgotten about Swordward and Shieldbert? What was up with that, man? Why did they do that? I just feel like, okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not hating on Lysander. I'm gonna be real. He's just kind of silly. Team Flare is just kind of silly. They're supposed to have the drip. I don't know if they do. I don't know how to feel about Team Flare. I've never been a fan of Team Flare. They're kind of forgettable. Out of all of the evil teams, my favorite, okay. My favorite is probably Team Skull. Mainline, I'm not including side games. Come on, give me a shiny, please. It would be very nice. This is also one of those hunts that I am going to let myself, I find it really difficult, now that I'm a shiny hunting YouTuber, I find it really difficult to shiny hunt away from my desk, which is kind of frustrating because a lot of the time, shiny hunts, I will just do them like on my off time. I'll just be sitting in my room, just laying in bed, watching some YouTube while shiny hunting, but can't really do that nowadays because, well, I can, but then I'm not gonna get the encounter. Like, I'm not gonna get the encounter recorded, and what if I find something really cool, you know? That's the struggle. But, it's just how it is. Yeah, I want to replay through Pokemon X at some point because like 10 years ago, I was like, I'm gonna do a shiny badge quest. And then I just didn't. I got the first one, I got Fennekin. I got the second one, I got a Love Disc. I was originally gonna do it all full odds. And then I was like, I'm just gonna do fish chaining. And that's just silly. So at some point, I do want to do a shiny badge quest on Pokemon X. Also, speaking of badge quests, so I've been thinking about the shiny badge quest that I did for Pokemon Violet, and I feel like I could have done things differently. I decided to do it as like a series, so there were like multiple episodes, but I feel like doing one video for a whole badge quest and having it be like a movie, and it won't be as long, but it'll have all the good stuff. I feel like that would be nicer. Do I do a redo? Do I do it again? Do I do another shiny badge quest? Add in the DLC? Cause I kinda wanna do that. Cause there's so much more, there's so much more to do. And I think it would be really fun. I think I was torn with the way that I did things previously, because I feel like doing it as a series gives you the time to have that emotional, like, attachment to certain characters. So I don't know how well that will do as it's like as a standalone video, but I kind of want to do it again. And do it entirely, everything full odds. It would take a long time, but it would be fun, I think. Maybe. But it's been a year since I did that badge quest, and I want to give it a do-over. What's your favorite type? Fairy type. Though, ice type is, I really like ice type Pokemon as well. I know that ice type just isn't a good type competitively. Well, it was given a buff in Scarlet and Violet, and by that I mean you can terrestrialize into a different type. So you don't have to be ice type anymore. I find that hilarious. Ice type Pokemon got a buff because you're able to make them not ice type. Thoughts on Purple Cliff? I think he's cool. I don't know a whole lot about him. That's just kind of how it is. I'm gonna be so real with you guys. I don't very actively watch other Pokemon content creators because I like to do things without any sort of... I don't want that to have any influence over what I'm doing. I've had situations in the past where people have accused me of copying, and we were able to prove otherwise in one circumstance. And I'm not naming names because none of these creators were the problem. It was literally just commenters. There was one time I did this shiny hunting challenge where I was doing everything in grayscale. I had first done it in Legends Arceus, I think 2022, March. And I did that only on a stream on Twitch. And then I was like, I want to do that again in Scarlet and Violet. So I did. And then a bunch of people were like, oh, you're copying this person. They made a video where they shiny hunted in grayscale on Legends Arceus. And I was like, oh, so one, I did not even know about that person. And two, I actually did it first. And just to clarify, I highly doubt that they even know about me either. So they're not copying. Why do we start drama? You know? It's just, there are a lot of people who are really dedicated to defending their favorite YouTubers, and I don't think that's the right way to do things. And I've said that with you guys as well. Yes, if we're naming names, but I prefer not to keep names in this, even though they had nothing to do with it. It was just people saying that I copied them, and then they were like, we went and chatted, and they were like, I'm sorry that people are doing that. I know that you did it first. it's cool, and we're both cool with it. Just commenters like to stir up drama sometimes, and it's just like, we're just doing shiny hunting challenges. It's one of those things. It's parallel thinking. People can have the same ideas and have never, like, two people who have never known about the other person or have never seen any of their stuff or heard about their ideas, they can have the same idea. That's just how it goes. And that's happened to me twice, which is unfortunate. But, I mean, there's only so much that you can do with shiny hunting challenges. So I think that it's kind of silly to gatekeep things. I mean, I had to make it clear when my Dunsparce, my daily evolving shiny Dunsparce until I get a shiny 3-segment Dunsparce. When I was doing that, there were a lot of people who were accusing other people of copying me. And while they are doing the same format as me, we're just evolving Dunsparce. So here's the thing. Nokimon and I don't really talk, but it's not drama or anything. It's literally just we don't chat. We're on very good terms. We're just doing our own things. You know? That's just how it is. You can't expect everyone in the community to be your friend. And either way, it's like, if you click, and if you don't, you don't. And even if you do click, that doesn't mean that you're going to be chatting all the time. Yeah, you can't copyright evolving Dunsparce. Dude, that would be insane. I know there are some people who would totally do that, who would totally, like, copyright claim people for doing the same idea. If something's trademarked and, like, that's actually something that can properly be trademarked, I suppose, but shiny hunting strategies? No. But yeah, so I don't really watch a lot of Pokemon content creators. I do have some friends who are shiny hunters and Pokemon content creators as well. And while I do watch their videos from time to time, I like to kind of do my own thing. So if I end up doing the same thing as someone else, either there was another thing with the opening trading card packs and shiny hunting for whatever shiny cards I got. So funnily enough, so I was keeping it secret because I thought that it was a really good idea, and I just didn't want I didn't want someone to do it before me. Though I didn't know that PM7 had been doing it, like, had done it like a year before. I didn't know about PM7 until I think a little while before I got invited to the first 24-hour challenge that he did. And I'm super grateful to have been invited. But yeah, so one of my friends did that challenge, and I was like, oh heck. So I DM'd them and I was like, hey, just to make sure, is it okay that I've been working behind the scenes on doing this exact same challenge. Is it cool if I credit you in it? And they were like, yeah, it's all good. So that's what I did. Because again, parallel thinking happens, and if I find out that someone is doing the same thing as me at the same time, I want to make sure that everything's made clear, and I just don't want drama to start, you know? I just like being friends with people, man. I don't like drama. That's the thing. I'm just gonna do my own stuff. Sometimes it's the same stuff as other people are doing. I know that there's been quite a wave of people who, like, people getting interested in shiny manaphy. I mean, Jaywitz made a video about it recently. And I'm actually, like, kind of hyped about it. Kind of hyped about the shiny manaphy situation. I know that it's a little more accessible, thanks to arbitrary code execution. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Even though technically I got all of the eggs legitimately. All my games are legit. Everything's legit about this. It's just the process to shiny hunt it would not be the old school way. You would have to use code execution. So it's kind of funky. So I'm a little torn. But that stuff's so complicated, so I think I'm just gonna stick with doing it the old school way of trading the eggs back and forth and hatching them until I get a shiny one. If you were asked to give Arceus a cooler shiny design, what would you give it? I can't think of anything better. I'm gonna be real with you. Well, I guess if you just made it black, that would be kind of sick. Make it like Shadow Lugia, you know? But I think that gold is perfect for it. I think it makes the most sense. Are you gonna continue your Farigiraf stream soon? If so, when? Good question. So I think if I stream tomorrow, no promises, I might take the day off tomorrow to work on getting my next video done, but if I stream tomorrow, it's gonna be Farigiraf. I think we'll kind of alternate. I just think that it's really nice to do shiny hunts like this, even though sure, it does mean that we're not getting like shinies back and forth like constantly. Sure, it's like that, but it's a lot less. I can focus on the chat is what I'm trying to say. It demands a lot less attention than hunting in Scarlet and Violet, where you really need to keep your eye out. And sure, we still do need to do that on here, but only for like a short period of time, every like 20 seconds, roughly. I wish they would bring back Shadow Lugia. That's fair. It's one of those things like Primal Dialga, for instance. These Pokemon forms are not mainline. So we're not going to see them mainline, most likely, because they belong to different IPs or something. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, it's 2 p.m. Let's do this for just a little bit longer. Let's get to 1,000 encounters. Do we turn on the Autotune? Do we do it? Must it be done? I'm debating it. The all caps and no is killing me. Okay. You know what? We'll do it for only a few resets. We'll do it until 930. Let's heckin' go! Yee! Let me make sure. Okay, so I can't hear the mic myself, so let me I can mess with the settings. There we go. Okay, yeah, it's working. It's doing its job. Let's heckin' go! Yippee! Sorry, that's too many yippies in like 60 seconds. 30 seconds, probably. I don't know, man. This is what the Pokemon soundtrack was missing. Ah, yes. We needed Autotune. Yippee! Next shiny Pokemon she's trying to get is Wooper. That's actually what I was going for previously, so yes and no. I've gone over odds for Wooper. It makes me very sad. But it's also a rite of passage because it's my first 8192 hunt where I know for sure I went over 8192 encounters. I pressed A. Oh no. The struggle. No. Why is bro EDM? They should re-add the GBA music thing for SV. Pretty sure that the GBA music thing was specifically because the previous games had music. Had GBA music. They don't really do that for... That would be creating a whole new thing. Sounds like you're rapping. This is not rapping. This is just speaking. And also having Autotune on. Is that rapping? Why would I be saying, are you still there? That's menacing. Why? Huh? Better not be using that against me or anything. I don't know the Poke Rap. I'm so sorry. It's devastating. I feel like a fraud. I never had that experience of learning the Poke Rap because I just didn't have cable, so I didn't watch Pokemon. It's very sad. I'll need to study up. I'll need to study up, baby! Autotune does not know how to handle these songs. It's because it's not actually auto-tuned to the songs, I think. I don't have things set up properly, so it's auto-tuning to basically nothing. Portal reference. Okay, okay. I have never played Portal. It's devastating. I got to at some point. I really have got to. But thank you. Thank you, thank you. Wow. I'm so proud of you guys for knowing the Poke Rap. Someday I will learn the Poke Rap, but that day is not today. Okay, that's too much yippee. That's too much yippee. I've done too much. Nope. It's been too much today. I've hit my quota, maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna stop myself. But I might. Auto-tuned yippies are your absolute favorite. That's real though. Yeah, the yippee limit has exceeded. It's at its limit. I'm at my limit. I struggle. This is so sad. I don't know what I'm saying, man. No more yippee. Sorry. It's an impulse. I have to repeat what the Pikachu says. I have to do it. It would be crazy if I didn't. Oh, I said that I would stop at 930 for the auto-tune. How we feel in chat? We've already surpassed that. It do be like that. Auto-tune is over. Auto-tune is over, party. Auto-tune. Auto-tune is over, party. I don't know, people love the auto-tune. I love the auto-tune. I'll be real with you, it's really fun to mess around with. I do have to mess with things a little more to see if I can make it even more auto-tuned. Just a little crazy. Oh, Molly, the puppy. Oh, that's so wholesome. Dude, I need to pet some dogs later today. Or this week. I don't know, man. What auto-tune software do you use? This is bad news, guys. Bad news. I use a Go XLR for it. So that's gonna cost you heckin' monies. There are definitely cheaper options. I don't know them. more Autotune, the better. Oh, no. Why must we rely on the Autotune? Here's the thing, guys. The stream's gonna end soon because once we surpass 1,000, I'm calling it a day because it's toasty out and I gotta chill. What should I name my shiny Bidoof? Nugget. Because it's just a little nugget. That was a tough one because I immediately was just like, Lucky Bidoof. Please. That too, you could name it Autotune. That's one of the names for one of these Farigirafs that I have. I forgot which one. They're all in the wrong order, but one of them will have the name Autotune. Because we did find, like, several while I was using Autotune. The Autotune luck is real. Maybe not in this game, but that's okay. Do you like shiny Noibat? Yes. So, there's something about it. It's just so vibrant. You have a Build-A-Bear Bidoof? Yes. Yes, I do. Because if I'm remembering this correctly, I could totally be wrong. But first off, it looks kind of shiny, just a little bit. It's not full on. You could argue it's just the color palette has changed over time. So this is the regular color palette, but it does kind of have a little bit of a shiny tinge to it, you know? And on top of that, based on the amount of little fluffs in its tail, it's female. And that means it is Lucky Bidoof. So I had to get it, man. I had to get it. Speaking of, they made this, like, stool. They made a Bidoof stool / storage thing. Like footrest, whatever you want it to be. And I was like, man, I gotta get one. So I went to, like, add it to cart. I tried multiple websites to see how the prices were, and they were all the same. And basically the shipping would be almost the exact same price as the product itself, because it would be coming from Japan and it's really heavy. So I'm very sad about that. I'm not getting my Bidoof stool. I thought it would be nice for the day that I have, like, my very own office. Someday, eventually, hopefully sooner than later. We'll see. Are you gonna do another trading stream soon? I think we'll do that for special occasions, so maybe once... Oh, that's probably gonna be soon. I need to prep for that. We are very close to 400,000 subscribers. It's crazy. I really hope that it happens on stream, like tomorrow. If we stream tomorrow. Oh, I gotta stream tomorrow if it's gonna happen tomorrow. Oh, heck. I don't know, man. I just wanna get heckin' hyped. Because it's a big deal. I know I tend to undermine my accomplishments because there are so many people who are, like, leagues above me. But I can't deny that where I am with YouTube right now is absolutely crazy. So tomorrow isn't really anything. It's just I was considering taking the day off from streaming tomorrow. I don't want to overdo it and cause more burnout. Because I'm good right now. I am enjoying this. I'm having a good time. Clearly, because I said that I was going to end this at 2 p.m. Pacific time, and I've already gone overtime. So... But I am limiting myself, so we're only gonna do a few more resets here. Dude, the thought of 1 million subscribers is crazy to me. I don't even know. I don't even know what to think about that. The concept of that ever happening is unreal. It would be really cool to see that happen, though. And what should I hunt next in Scarlet? Good question. I'm not gonna be evil. I'm not gonna be evil. I No, I'm gonna be evil. Go for Tauros. I haven't even gone for Tauros. Specifically Paldean Tauros. I mean, you can, if you have the DLC, feel free to go for Cantonian instead, but you know what? Try it out, see how it goes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for making you suffer like that. One more reset here. Quick panic! You chose the worst time to join the stream. Okay, we'll end it at 10:10. Oh, it's not gonna end at 10:10. The math isn't mathing. We already got to 1,000. I'm gonna keep my word. I am going to call it quits for today. I gotta stay hydrated. I gotta live life. Gotta prep for even more streams. I want to make these bigger and better than ever. I want to make it an absolute blast. But I gotta give myself the time to do that off stream. So, one last encounter, and I also need to fix the counter, so it's... There we go. Much better. Last ones. Totodile. Cyndaquil. Nah. Nothing today. But that's okay. So I think next stream we're gonna go back to Farigiraf, just get some more encounters in for that, some more phases for the jumbo one. Maybe we'll go with the mini one. Who knows? But I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, night, morning, whatever time it may be for you. And stay hydrated. Bye.